All right, guys, so today we are going to get a look at Dagobah in a diorama setting. So we're going to duplicate some of the scenes from Empire Strikes Back in regards to Dagobah. So of course we're going to have Yoda, R2-D2, Darth Vader, and Luke Skywalker, as well as a very special guest in this diorama. So guys, I want you to sit back and enjoy the visuals and the audio for this particular diorama. All right, guys, so the figures that I use for this particular diorama are Hot Toys figures in the 1/6 scale. So you are looking at Luke Skywalker Bespin. You are also looking at Darth Vader Return of the Jedi version. The R2-D2 is a sideshow version. And then, of course, Yoda is our Empire Strikes Back version from Hot Toys. Luke's failure at the cave on Dagobah. What was his failure at the cave? His confrontation with Vader obviously was a forced vision, not real, but it was a test for Luke to a certain extent. Upon entering the cave, Yoda tells him that his weapons, he will not need them. Yet Luke still takes his weapons with him. His first mistake. And then, of course, entering the cave, he is confronted by the vision of Vader, which he assumes is real. He is taken aback, taking a couple of steps backwards. Then he confronts Vader. So for this diorama, I did include some of the FX lens effects, the lightsaber effects, the spark effects, and some other visual effects to help enhance the diorama, as you guys can see here. So I hope you guys enjoy those additional effects. However, here is the real life diorama without the effects and just the figures. I can recall at the time that I was watching Empire Strikes Back, my parents had just picked me up early from school, and took me to go see the movie during its premiere. And I can recall this particular scene so vividly because I was so surprised that Vader was in the cave. And I couldn't believe how quickly Luke had took him out. But obviously, as we found out, it was only a force vision, but one of the best scenes in film history. then the shock of seeing Luke Skywalker's face underneath the helmet, having not a clue of what exactly that meant, because particularly at this particular point, we did not know who Darth Vader was to Luke Skywalker. But obviously, this was a sign of things to come. Luke training as a Jedi. One of my favorite parts of Empire Strikes Back, and that's one of the reasons why I wanted to do this particular part of the diorama. And then of course, everyone gets a kick out of Yoda riding on the back of Luke. Even Mark Hamill made fun of it when he took a photo with Daisy Ridley riding his back during the shooting of Episode 8. So let's enjoy this Jedi training. This was probably my favorite part of the diorama, creating these particular scenes with Luke and Yoda, because it was probably one of the best parts of the Dagobah scenes, besides the scenes with Vader. But we got to get a glimpse of Jedi training, not much, but some. And then, of course, Yoda expresses some words of wisdom, our first words of wisdom that we heard from Yoda, and obviously some of the more memorable lines from the whole Star Wars saga. So, if you guys are wondering how I was able to get Luke to hang from the vines, if you look very, very closely, there is an aluminum wire that's attached or wrapped within that vine in black. That's why it's so hard to see. But I used that to hang from the top of the little canopy that I have there. You can't quite see it because I never really got it in the shot, except for right there. But there's holes at the top of that canopy where I can tie the little metal piece and allow Luke to hang and hold on to it and put him in certain poses to make him look as if he's swinging. So in case you're wondering, that's how I was able to get that done. So I want to give a real quick shout out to Budget Jedi here on YouTube. He is a huge inspiration in regards to me getting involved with making dioramas. I watched the channel even before I came up with my own YouTube channel, and he is the inspiration for my dioramas. So one of the things I wanted to point out, the little blemish that you see there on Obi-Wan's forehead, that comes from the fact that I put his hoodie over his head while he was still in the box while I had him stored, and I barely had just received him, and unfortunately the paint was rubbed off due to that. I do have plans to purchase a custom head for about $35. So once I get that taken care of, we'll eliminate that particular problem with the blemish. And then, of course, here I tried to recreate the Force Ghost look using the effects from the FX Lens app. So guys, this concludes our Dagobah Diorama. I want to thank you very, very much for watching. Please like and subscribe, and may the Force be with you always.